Alright, you guys, so this is my top 10 favorite episodes of Charmed Season 2. Again, this is going to be in no particular order, so let's get into it. So the first episode we're going to talk about is Witch Trial. This is one of my favorite episodes because it brings back demons and warlocks who died in Season 1. And we get to see them like being brought back from the dead for them to like revanquish, because there's a demon named Abraxas who stole the Book of Shadows and is trying to get their powers from them. We also get to see that Penny is the one who's flipping the pages in the book at one point in this episode. The next episode on my list is Morality Bites. One of the reasons this is my favorite episode is one of my favorite episodes is because, like I said in my last video, I like shows where they go to the future or the past and we learn about the characters and stuff. In this episode, the girls travel to the future and we learn that Piper is divorced from Leo with a daughter. Prue owns like 1 billion bucklands and has never been married, doesn't have no kids. And then we also that Phoebe is in jail for murdering a famous baseball player. This episode is really emotional and it has a really strong impact on Phoebe's character because she realizes that she's meant to be in prison for the mistake she made and she should die because she killed someone. And this is one of my favorite episodes also because of that scene with Alyssa like showing the emotions that she did in that scene with her sisters. Next episode I have is P3H2O. I really love this episode. I love the camp feel because it's set at a camp, but I also love that we find out that Piper is a lot like her mother. They both have the same powers and they both fell in love with their white lighters. After that, we have the episode Miss Hellfire. I love this episode for a few reasons. One is because it's a Friday the 13th episode and we get Barbara's back. And number two is we get badass Prue. Look at this woman right here. In this episode, it's Friday the 13th and Barbara hires a human hit woman to take care of witches. So I guess he doesn't have to do it for some reason. And we get Prue going undercover as Miss Hellfire and perfect. Chef's kiss. The next episode we have is Reckless Abandon. In this episode, a child is abandoned at the police station. Phoebe takes it in and we get to see all 3 girls and their motherly instincts in this episode, and it's one of my favorites. And like I mentioned in one of my fun fact videos, Shannon is to act with an actress who is also on Beverly Hills 90210. Next episode we have is Awakened. In this episode, Piper is bit by a bug from some fruit she got, and it sends her to the hospital where she's dying. The sisters do a spell to take the infection out of her and put it into this puppet, but the puppet becomes alive and starts infecting other people in the hospital. So to get rid of it completely, they reverse the spell and Piper ends up becoming sick again, but she gets saved by Leo because, you know, love, true love. This episode is so emotional, it made me cry so many times. I cry every single time I watch this one. The next episode on my list is Part of My Past. In this episode, we get to see their past lives in the 1920s. In this episode, Phoebe is a villainess. She is evil, and she is dating a demon who gives her powers in advanced type of thing, and she wants to attack her cousins. They play cousins in this episode, and also Piper apparently plays her great grandmother in this episode as well. The next episode on my list is Chick Flick. In this episode, a chaos demon wants to cause chaos, so he goes to the movies and starts trouble in there, but then he realizes he can get the characters from out of the movies, and so he does that. Stuff happens, the sisters fight back. Phoebe's favorite character from her favorite movies comes out and he becomes their protector. It's a really good episode. I love it. It's one of my favorites. My favorite line from Piper is, "I'm running from a killer and I hide in the shower." My next favorite episode is Astral Monkey. This episode hits me in so different ways because there's not really like a real villain. Like, you could say the doctor was a villain in this episode, but he was also like trying to do a good thing. but it's still sad because he was a human and this happened to him. And I like the emotions in this episode. It was really good, and I really liked seeing the monkeys with their powers. It was cute, but again, this was a really emotional, like, real episode. And last but not least, we have Be Careful What You Wish For, which is the season 2 finale. In this episode, the girls are sent a genie, who of course grants them 3 wishes. They each get a wish. They of course go amiss. Things happen. Chaos ensues. Prue dies at one point, but then she comes back to life. It's a really good episode. Really, it has some emotion to it. It has some funniness to it. It's overall really good. Really good season finale. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to like, follow, all the other good stuff. And definitely tell me what your favorite episodes of the season were. I can't wait to hear yours. And come back for season 3.